Shalom Aleichem, sweetest friends. This year should be a special schus l'nishmas Harav David Tzvi ben Rav Yosef, and the refuas Tinokas Baz Rivka and Chai Rezel Baz Dina, and Rav Yitzchak ben Bracha, and Rav Yosef ben Rosh Chaim, and the schus Yil Shoshana Bas Necha Gittel. The Mishnah in Maseches Bikkurim in the third parak, Mishnah Beis, says, Ketzad ma'alinas habikurim. How do you bring the Bikurim up to Yerushalayim, to the Beis HaMikdash? So the Mishnah explains that what happens is as follows. Kol ha'yaros shebemamad, miskansos le'ir shel mamad. What does that mean? Mamad is taught in Maseches Tainus in the Parsha of Korban Tamid. It says, Sabas b'nei Yisov amartem es kavni lachem ilishai, Tishmur lahakivli b'mo'ado. So for here we see that the Jews are chayiv to bring a korban tamid every day. But how is a person's korban karev and he's eino omed al gabav? He's not standing there, says the Gemara. You have to be there. It's a korban sibur, but you can't have all of Klal Yisrael being there. So therefore, the Nevi'im, Rishonim, Ritaka, and Shmuel and David, that the Jewish people should be split up into 24 ma'amados, into 24 areas. And just like they're mechalik the Kohanim into 24 Mishmaros Kuna, and the Levim to 24 Mishmaros Levia, so too the Yisraelim, and every Maimad had a Mamuneh who was called Rosh HaMamad, and the the city that the Rosh HaMamad used to live in, was the main city of all the Ayaros HaMamad. And every week, a different Mamad, a different group of people, would send Anashim Ksherim V'yirei Chet. They would send people who were good Jews, who were fears of sin, and they should stand in the Azara Keshlichei Kol Yisrael, as the Shlichim of all the Jewish people, B'shas Hakravas Karbanos Hatzibur. And these people are called the Anshe Mamad, and the rest of the people of that Mamad that didn't go to Yerushalayim would fast during that week, except for Sunday and Friday, and they would go into the shuls and say a lot of tefillos that the karbanos of Klal Yisrael should be accepted b'ratzon, and also they would read every day b'Torah b'Maaseh Bereshis, to show the kesher between the Avod and the Mikdash in Kiyom HaOlam. El Mole Ma'amados, if not for the Ma'amados, the Gemara says, Lo Niskayim V'Shamayim V'Aretz, because as long as there was Avodas Beis HaMikdash, the world was blessed, and the rain fell, like it says in Maseches Tainus and other places. And our mission is coming to teach us that when the time came to bring the Bikurim, everybody would not bring the Bikurim individually, but rather they would gather together Ma'amados, in order to bring the Bikurim Berov Am, en masse, as they say in Portuguese, with many people who were celebratory, with great parade of people, with song, and that's what it says here in the Mishnah, Kol ha'ayaros shebemamad, all of the cities of the Mamad, Miskansos Le'ir Shel Mamad, would gather together in the main city of the cities of the Mamad, the place where the Rosh HaMamad lived. So you had these 24 Mamados, and each of these Mamad had a Rosh HaMamad, so they would gather in the city of the Rosh HaMamad, V'lanin B'rachov Shel Ir, and they would sleep on the street, V'lo Nechasim Lebatim, and they wouldn't go into the houses in order not to be metame, become tame tumas oil. Ula mashkim, early in the morning, Hayamamuna, the Rosh Hashanah would say, Kumu v'nale Tzion el beis Elokeinu, based on the pasuk in Yirmiyah. Let us go up to Zion. Kumu v'nale Tzion el Hashem Elokeinu. Let us go up to Zion, to Hashem, our God. And that's how they would go up to Yerushalayim. L'kayim Hashanamar, Berov Am, Hadras, Melech, with many people the king goes, and that's how they would go up to Yerushalayim. Now the correct girsa in the Mishnah is Kuma v'nale Tzion el beis Hashem Elokeinu. Let us go up to Tzion, to the house of Hashem Elokeinu, even though that's not the lashon of the pasuk. In the Kahati Mishnayos, he just has the pasuk in Yirmiyah Kum v'nale Tzion el Hashem Elokeinu. But in the classical Mishnayos, it says el beis Hashem Elokeinu. But the pasuk in Yirmiyah is without beis. Yirmiyah Lamed Aleph Hey. So we're going to explain that b'siyata d'shmaya, and we're going to explain the Mishnah based on the beautiful parish of the Rav, the Ein Ayan Meseches Bikkurim, printed at the back of Brachos Chelek Beis. So the Rav explains that b'noeg bein ha'umos hu she'uma shekol iska u'mechyasa einam kiyam avodas adama v'lo sasim agamasa lemescho lecharoshis hamase shumurkav im hameschar l'sum makom drisha lemase yedei ha'omanim ba'alim melacha v'charoshes hioredis bispatchusa b'kishonis nafshoiseha. The way it is amongst the Goyim is that if you have a nation that's only working the land, that's only involved in agricultural activities, and doesn't focus on business dealings and in creating new things, what we call today high tech, which is also has a business element to it that helps you be involved with other people, you need omanim ba'alei melacha, you need craftsmen. So such a nation which is only involved in agriculture and not in business generally develops in a less effective manner, doesn't develop its qualities. Why? Because this nation remains alone for itself. And it doesn't have a place to absorb the spirit of new deos from other nations. In other words, the geopolitical scene enables nations to learn from each other, to gain from each other. Every nation has different qualities and talents to offer. So it's very good for nations to be involved with one another. Amnam Am Hashem Eileh, but we're the nation of God, and our tachlis is to be an Am Chachon V'Navon, and we're supposed to be Klil Hamalos. We're supposed to have all of the great qualities. Nevertheless, the desire of Hashem is that we should stay in Eretz Yisrael. We're not supposed to leave Eretz Yisrael, and we're supposed to benefit from the fat of the land, as it says in the pasuk, "Ishtachas gafnu, v'ishtachas teinaso," that a person should be under his vine and under his fig tree. We should be enjoying. Look in the pasuk based on Malachim Aleph, Parakeh pasuk Hey. We should be enjoying our the fruit of our land, and we should not be focused on business. We are an agricultural people. Why? Why does the Torah guide us? There's nothing wrong with being in business. It's good to make money. It's good to give tzedakah. It's good to support your family. But you see in the Torah that the Torah guides us agriculturally. There are a lot of agricultural mitzvahs. So why is it good for us to be agricultural? Dafka, because we don't want to be involved with the other nations. Because we can perfect ourselves without absorbing spirit from the outside. We can develop ourselves. We are the nation of God. We have our Torah. So amongst the nations, the social structure benefits from business interactions because the businessmen need each other. But Ovdei Adam, everybody's involved with his own land. He can have a farm, in Texas and not have anything to do with anybody. You have your 500 acres of land, and he's busy grazing his sheep and growing his crop, and he doesn't have to look at anybody. Once a month, a guy comes, he sells him his fruits, and he goes on his way. But such a person that can be involved just in his land doesn't have to be involved in other people. And that's Am Hashem. We don't need business to connect us. We're connected spiritually because we love God, we love His Torah, we love each other. And we don't need business to bring us together. And therefore, Bikurim show the Chiba Yisera, this great love that we have the Jewish people have for the land. This makes us an Am Levadad, that we're involved in agriculture. We're so happy about that. It shows that we don't need the other nations to expand our horizons. Our horizons are expanded by our Torah. And we don't need the social interaction of business because we love each other not based on business dealings, based on our love of God and the Torah. And we don't have to learn. We don't want to learn Derech HaGoyim. And our Achdus is perfected when we spiritually. We connect on a spiritual plane, not through business, not through commerce. And therefore, all of the Ayaros Shebimamad, Miskantos Liiro Shel Mamad, all of the cities of the Mamad go to the city of the Rosh HaMamad. Meaning, this is something spiritual. This is the Mamad, the Mamados. The Goyim, their togetherness, their Achdus, is built on business. And here, we're building ours based on Avodas Hashem. Miskantzos Lirashal Mamad, and we sleep on the street to show that we're connected to nature, working of the land. And we don't go into the homes because of Tumas Oel. We don't want to become Tameh, which is exactly the idea of living with nature, living with agriculture, living natural lives. Because when we distance ourselves from nature, it causes a lot of problems. When we leave Chayei Teva, it causes a lot of Tumah. Fortunate is the nation that chooses a pure life, a natural life. We're saved from the wildness of man. And then we become more civilized and of a higher intellectual and moral stock. And this only can be with Klal Yisrael, who doesn't need to absorb from the nations. We have it all. We have our kings, we have our prophets, we have our sarim. And we have to develop our own unique spiritual Jewish talents. We don't need the vineyards of we don't need to graze in foreign pastures. So it says in the pasuk, Amim Har Yikro. It's called a har. Avraham Avinu called it a har. B'har Hashem Yireh. And that's what the nations can benefit from. It's a high mountain. Everybody can see it. But Yaakov called it a bayis, because Yaakov was about separating from the nations. It says in the pasuk, Vayishkon Yisrael betach badad ein Yaakov. They were badad. Yisrael is badad. Yisrael is alone. The eye of Jacob. Because for us it's a bias. Yaakov called it a bias. Yaakov is about separating, about having your own home. It's a pasuk in Dvarim Lamed Gimel Chav Ches. We're badad, and Yaakov is alone. Because with respect to the Jewish people, Tzion has to be Beis Hashem. For Yaakov, it has to be a house. It has to have walls. It has to have limits. You don't need a foreign spirit to rule over us. Because nothing will lack B'Toras Hashem Tamima, to prepare us for being an exalted nation. And the spirit of the Gentiles is going to rot us. And we already know what happened when we went, as it says in Isaiah chapter 2, verse 6, El Yaldei Nachrik Lahaspik Bahem. It's not good when the spirit of foreign nations penetrates Klal Yisrael. And the Goyim can appreciate our spirit when we have our Har Hashem. And we're mound like Avram Avinu, who spread Torah to the nations. But this is not a time for the har. When we're makir the value of Bikurim, which is praising the foundation of the Avodas Adama, which prepares us to be mitbatzer bepnimiyut ha'umah, to have our own strong citadels of pnimius, and connecting us spiritually, not through business. That's the Nekudas Sion, where the glory of God, the splendor of God is revealed. That's our Tachlis, the world of Bikurim, of nature. And the spirit of the nations will only break us. We shouldn't learn from them. That will bring you a Rida, not an Aliyah. And we have to strengthen our internal kochos. And that is going to bring a toelis to the whole world. Kumu v'na'aleh Tzion beis Hashem Elokeinu. Not Har Hashem, beis Hashem. Pasuk says, Kumu v'na'aleh Tzion el Hashem Elokeinu. It doesn't say beis, but we added the word beis to show that to be strong Jews, we need our houses, we need our homes, we need our walls to separate. And then we're a light to all the nations. We expand our own talents. But once we let the Spirit, that's what the Rav says in Anaya and Shabbos, that Mishenichnasu lahechel timu kol hashmanim shebehechel. Then when they went into the Hechel, when they went into the Makom Kadosh, they were mitamei all the Shemen. Meaning, they're not allowed in the Hechel. If we want to learn from the Goyim how to perform surgery, why not? Want to benefit from the technology they developed, why not? But if they penetrate our spirit, we're finished. Only externals we can learn from them. Chachma b'goyim tami, but not Torah, not the spirit. And that's why here we're talking about our connection to nature and our spiritual connection to each other. Talking about our spirit, there it has to be a bias. We have to be shielded off. B'siyata d'shmaya, we have a very deep understanding of this beautiful Mishnah. We should be zoche to connect to each other through Torah, through Kedusha, to have an Ava Amitis, to go up a Rovam, to sing and dance to Hashem, Kumu v'na'aleh Tzion, to go to this Nekuda of Tzion, this Tzion that's a bias, that Yaakov called it a bias. Yaakov is Badad, Yaakov is alone, Hein am levadad yishkonu v'goyim lo yischashav, El Beis Hashem Elokeinu, Beis B'daika, Dafka should be a house shielded off from the nations. We should be zoche to guard our very unique spirit, and through that be a light unto the world. Shalom, shalom, sweetest and most beloved friends.